The doctor in front of your name.
And I recently became a psychotherapist. So can you explain to the people what that entails? This is your certification that you provide.
Yes. So the psychotherapy certification is basically helping people to apply mental health first aid when it comes to the hair care experience. So it's broken down into three parts. The first part is going over the history of our hair. So I go through thousands of years of hair history, so that we can have a proper understanding of where we came from. And then the second part is focused on the signs and symptoms of mental health issues in communities of color, right? What's taught in the textbooks is not necessarily what's showing up in the chair. And so for us to really
That's so
understand,
true.
right? And then the last part is getting into micro counseling skills. So how can you assess someone for harm to themselves or other people, active listening skills, how to refer someone to a therapist. So all of that. It's a long process, but a very pleasurable, engaging certification process.
When I tell you my head was just like spinning with all the information you provided during the psychotherapy training, like it was, I'm so happy that I got certified. So if any hairstylists out there, salon owners, you guys have clients in your chair who talks about like mental health and issues or what have you, y'all need to be certified in psychotherapy. So you need to hit up my girl.
Please do.
Awesome. So now before we deep dive, let's break this down a bit for folks who may not have any idea about these concepts regarding texturism and colorism. These are concepts that I still get a lot of questions about even today. So based on your research and overall the work that you've done in this area, what specifically would you say in regards to hair texture? How does that impact how we're treated in communities?
Yeah, I definitely think that certain hair textures or even styles with those textures are seen as professional versus unprofessional. And I think that it can impact the opportunities we have with our education and job opportunities, even housing. So that's where there's like a lot of movement towards things like the Crown Act, because we notice that there are cases of discrimination based on texture. But there definitely has origins in slavery, right? To understand that people who had looser hair textures tended to have domestic tasks in the house, cleaning houses, doing laundry, cooking, versus the people who had more tightly hair textures basically were mandated to be on the field, outside, picking cotton, these sort of things. And so there actually was a division of labor based on hair texture that I don't think we've actually healed from, and it can still get applied now.
Wait, so I want to go back to something you said. You said there's even hair discrimination and in colorism that impacts us in housing.
Yes. So
Oh my
so
God.
that's what the Crown Act specifically, so creating a respectful and open world for natural hair. They were noticing that people were being denied housing opportunities based on their appearance, specifically their hairstyle and texture, in terms of people who were showing up to leasing offices with locks or braids being denied in their
What?
application. Mhm.
My goodness. Okay, so
The doctor in front of your